Hello, everyone, and welcome to the GMologist Presents. Today, we are continuing our ongoing campaign. It's been a while of the One Ring. We are using the One Ring rule set from Free League, second edition of the One Ring. You can see my book here. I never realized it has like Sauron's shadow in the background. I don't know why I never realized it. Did you ever realize that? And we are playing in Eriador, and using material from Ruins of the Lost Realm. I really like how they formatted their books. They're more like adventure sites, and it's a big kind of hex crawl exploratory type situation, which is what Free League has done in the past with other games, for example, Forbidden Lands. And currently, we have found ourselves here. Recognize this is the deluxe cover for the Moria tome, and here, of course, the etchings on the doors of Durin. So, before we get into what has happened the last time, it's like I said, it's been a while. I will introduce the players, and they can tell me who they're playing and anything notable about said player. So first, we have Arlen, live from Pelham's Wasteland.
Hi, I am playing Bruni, who is a dwarf of the Blue Mountains and is a scholar, and also Orodreth, who is an elf of Rivendell and is a champion.
I'd say Bruni's.
Yeah, they both have skills, and in fact, I didn't plan on it, but they both have pretty good like lore skills. Also, I think Bruni's is a little better than Orodreth's by now, but they both started off with a lot of overlap in some ways.
That's funny. All right. And next we have Streamrolla from somewhere on the internet.
Hi, I'm Streamrolla, and I'm playing Myrtle Brandybuck. She likes to say she's from the Shire, but she's obviously just outside of it. She enjoys having a good pint at the Dancing Pony and flopping around in her boots because she's one of the few of the, shall we say, little ones, the halflings, that actually wear the boots. And Gwennon, and she's a ranger of the Dunedain, and she just spends her time trying to keep an eye on Myrtle, which is a full-time job unto itself.
Right. Okay. And currently, just for the roll of years, we are in 2965 of the Third Age, and we are still in the third season, right? We haven't had a fellowship phase for the fall. So let me do something more notable. Oops, I went there, but you guys didn't go there. To refresh our memories as to what happened the last time, I think. Sort of. What, 2 times ago, right?
2 times ago, yes.
So 2 sessions.
Well, this is last time. The works.
Okay.
Yeah. That was the start of last session.
That was? Oh, and then you went into...
And then we went inside. So, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, last session, we started off... The session before, we ended... We had gotten to Moria. We'd found out there's like this little kind of hamlet outside with this dwarven expedition there. They're trying to figure out how to get inside. We went up to look at the door.
This guy. I got a picture of the guy.
Nice.
Hornbury Whitebeard.
Nice.
Very stern looking. All right.
So yeah, he's leading this dwarven expedition to try to they're treasure seekers basically. And so we wanted to look at the door, and we saw there was kind of a collection of goblins and orcs gathering up around, sort of in the hills up around this kind of valley, right? Were watching us. We took a couple of stabs at figuring out how to get in, didn't figure out anything, and then we ended up, there was a smaller, like a goblin archer that had gotten down close, so we ended up fighting them, and that turned into fighting this whole pack of goblins and orcs charging down into this kind of little forested area outside of the doors of Durin. So we had a battle against them, and that was good. And then after defeating them, we figured out how to open up the doors themselves.
Look at that.
With some riddling, as they do in the main story, the Fellowship. Anyway, so we got inside. We took a little, just look around, barely inside, and then we said, okay, we're going to wait a second and put together an expedition. And so I think we just waited, rested a day and put together an expedition, and we went into Moria itself. We went in a little ways in at the western entrance, and a lot of the more famous kind of parts of Moria are over on the eastern side of the settlement. This is kind of...
That's the gate, right? The gate's around here somewhere in the darkness.
Yeah. So we got inside, but this section apparently was occupied fairly late. And so we got inside, and you can see there's all these kind of tunnels and chambers and stuff. And we ended up finding this kind of grand interior chamber full of crystals and this kind of strange, the dwarven architecture that makes use of light and glass and all these different things, even underground, that is in a fairly ruinous state by now, but still pretty impressive. And then what we decided was that rather than trying to push on too deep, we'd kind of make a loop around. So I'm just going to draw with the arrow that we went into the big chamber. Then we kind of came around this way and did this big loop just to see what was on sort of this area. A solid 8-mile round trip, apparently. Got a little bit of exploring done. We didn't find too much of treasure or anything, I don't think. But we did get to see the sights, and we're working on building up a map. Oh, I said we didn't find much treasure, but I wrote down that we found some treasure. It seems like the orcs outside the west gate were carrying some stuff from looted from Moria that we found. A little bit of kind of random odds and ends, and a dwarven circlet that we got. A circlet of Orpheg the Diviner. And I can't remember. I think there was some shuffling of weapons and items and special stuff. Yeah, we've got Gwennon has the circlet of Orpheg right now because she's getting the bonus.
And then the Ordress has the awareness one, I think, that Gwennon had. I think we switched.
Yeah, you found the first hall, it was a Eastgate Hall. So you didn't quite.
Yeah, the imperishable halls. Oh, that's we also figured out some of the structures that you can see on the map. So this section here near the front is all granaries, or were formerly deep, granaries, big, pits for storage and stuff like that. And they've mostly been flooded, unfortunately. But then as we got, as we got further in, we started to see the remarkable architecture of Moria itself, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there's the imperishable hall, which was ringed with a flickering surface of many colors, reflected lit up by light reflected by filled-in mirrors and refracted through all these glass and gems and things like that.
Right.
Didn't we find out that like this area where the blue area was, that we thought that there was like recent activity or something over there?
I think that was a collapsed chamber. This one.
Yeah, someone found some wet tracks or something.
Yeah, we saw something that
I
made
think
us.
that's one of the reasons you decided to like leave. You didn't know what else would have been down there. But maybe
Yeah, yeah.
Alrighty.
yeah. So I think. Was there a feeling? I don't know if there was a feeling that you were being watched. I can't remember. But perhaps there was.
We always feel like we're watched by the eye. Because we are.
Yep, yep. Okay. Yes, the imperishable hall and the chambers of Nar. You didn't quite get into the chambers of Narvi though, which was.
No, we're gonna have to go further in this time. Head into the sections that we haven't explored.
So I'll bring you back to out here. I guess we can say goodbye to these guys aren't there anymore. Or they're being picked on by ravens by now, probably.
Possibly.
In the dusk when you come out. And I guess you make your way back to back down to the camp. You guys have like a whole like giant war band. People.
Yep.
Yep. You have like you have this guy Tharnau, son of Garnau, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's sort of thinks he's the patron of our expedition.
Yep.
He's the son of the ruler in charge in Tharbad. And we've made all right friends with him, you know.
He's a bit naive.
Put him. Well, we've sort of pushed him towards the noble path.
Right.
He was hanging around with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
I think it was like these people who you feel are from Point South, working for the Numenorians, maybe black Corsair spies, working for the Blacklands. We're trying to influence him, but you guys kind of coaxed him away from all that. The promises of fortune and glory. You've had Brenthil with you guys for a while.
Yes.
And this guy here, your loyal groomsman Sornan, takes care of the horses in the camp. But you guys are doing hero things.
He's always trustworthy.
Yep. I think, did you guys meet him like in the first session?
Yes, in the bar fight.
Yeah, way back when.
Tharna has his own group of there's these thugs that have been, you know, that he handpicked them. They're loyal to him, not to his father. These guys, Maloric and Gwillith, who are also rangers, right?
Right, and they're going back and forth, keeping an eye on Alice.
And the enigmatic Alice, who is from Gondor.
Yeah.
She says, but it seems to have traveled around.
But Gwen still doesn't trust her.
And was trying to influence the guy down in Londare. Find him.
Yeah, she was the contact for Johann
Johann.
Fleet.
Yeah.
Johan.
Who
Yeah.
also is being approached by corsairs, black corsairs,
Yes.
run for the Black Memorians who are, trying to. You guys have learned somehow through the course of our games, just to remind people that, or this year, that there's a ship that was plying along the coast, but it seems that for the moment you have at least scared it off somehow. In
Well,
your interventions.
yeah.
So, okay. All right. So you guys make it down.
And the last member of our party is Herobrand.
Oh yeah, Herobrand. He was a Rohirrim.
Yeah, writer of Rohirrim, and he's been there aiding us as he can.
Yep. I guess he also helps with the horses right now.
He's buddies with Sorum right now.
All right. Well, as you guys come back, Hornbury and some of his men approach you. He seems a little upset, and he says, "I'm fighting. I've heard there's fighting orcs nearby in the hills. What have you wrought upon us?" Bruni of the Blue Mountains.
We've seen off a force of the goblins and orcs, tried to intercept our expedition, but luckily we've finished them all off. Left no survivors to tell the tale.
Did you not hear the horns from the hills? They will be back in number. You must deal with this.
Well, we're certainly interested in helping out, making sure that none of those orcs are doing anything too nasty. But we've also got our own. How you've got Brittany will sort of switch topics and say you've got right, like scouts up in the hills, right, keeping watch over some of their paths, some of their gathering points, all that.
Well, what do you remember the name of the other guy I gave you?
Couple of names that I wrote down. There's Graza and Daza are two dwarves. Tarlak is, I think, the human ruler on the other side.
Oh, yeah, that was a guy who, he's got a hidden place.
Yeah. It's a woodsman type. I think that's the names that I have is Hornbury himself and Graza and Daza.
Well, Daza, the red-handed, you met his you haven't met him, but you met his brother Graza, right?
Yeah, Graza was the one who brought us to meet Hornbury at first.
Yeah. Okay. He's known as Graza the Loud. Well, so as Hornbury hems and Hornbury Whitebeard hems and haws about having scouts in the hills, Graza's a come up, and he's like, and he starts laughing. He says, Hornbury having scouts, he's too concerned about finding a way in.
Well, he just met us as we were walking back into the camp, right? In this case. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Bruni will suggest, well, perhaps we can talk in more detail about actually getting into Khazad-dûm.
Myrtle wants to pipe up right in front of Bernie and say, and you'll refer to him as Mr. Bernie because he's a bigger dwarf than you are. You're a mean dwarf.
You say it to Hornbury or to...
She'll say that to him because she's trying to protect Bernie.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably half his size, though.
Yeah.
She's...
Give me... Yeah, I guess... I mean, there's no reason why he would not. So I don't think a role is called for. Especially as people are like, there's a lot of onlookers, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of, I guess, Graza takes his hand and goes, yes, let us discuss dwarven matters in private. He says.
Myrtle piped back down then. She's trying to protect Bernie. She looks up to him and she sees him as like her big brother. She likes Ordrith, but he's really tall to her, and I think she doesn't see much past the kneecaps.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know what to think of Tharnell. She doesn't trust Alice. She likes Brynhild, but, you know, he ran off for a little bit, so she's kind of concerned he'll do that again. But she likes Gwyleth and Maloric, and, you know, Sorum. She likes him. She likes Gwennon. She just sees Gwennon as her handler. But yeah.
I had a good picture. I saw a good picture for Draza.
Huh?
Is that it? Yeah. For Graza. I'll get a good picture of Graza. Yeah. Okay. So you guys are able to move to a more private location.
Gwennon will assure Broody that she'll keep Myrtle away from the tent.
So you just want you, Hornbury, and Graza to go in, and everyone waits outside, or
That's up to Broody.
with other dwarves?
I think probably just the two of them. Bruni is definitely him. I was thinking about having Ordreth go with Bruni to the meeting, because it seems like Ordreth is part of it. He's the one who has found some of the information, and also, of course, the West Gate was the connection with the Elven kingdoms on the west side of the Misty Mountains. So
Here's Graza.
mm-hmm.
He wears bright colors.
Right, but Daza's the one with the red hair.
Yeah. Well, this guy has like auburn hair, but not red. Fiery red is his brother, who you have not met. Who he says is went out orc hunting, or whatever. Okay. I mean, the whole group can go. I mean, Myrtle's not.
Yeah, if Myrtle and Gwennon want to come to the meeting, they're welcome to, of course.
Well, Gwennon will ask Broody if Myrtle can be there. She'll try to keep her under control.
Yeah, I think if she's interested, she should come.
Okay, but Gwennon would prefer that Alice and at least Gwyleth or Maloric stay with Erebrand.
I mean, you probably have seen them and waved to them, but I mean, you guys are coming down the path more, right? So.
Yeah. I think we're just leaving all our hangers on.
Tharno has to go because he's a patron. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Erebrand will babysit Alice, though. Gwennon doesn't want Alice to hear whatever is said. She just doesn't trust her. She hasn't given her a lot of reason to trust her yet.
Yeah. So when you guys are in private, Hornberg says, "Apologies, Bruni. I am just very concerned about what there's Humberland. But we have created here, and the orcs gather, it seems, in increasing numbers. With just a few goblins here and there in the past few years, easily chased off. But now it seems they're more interested. There has been a change.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of evidence of those changes all around various parts of Ariador. But we'll say we got inside through the gate and into Moria.
Oh, what? How? What? Are you? Oh, didn't you think you were a sorcerer or something?
I don't remember if he thought that.
You had word. You had the right words. You had. You had the secret word.
Yeah, we were able to.
You must tell me. You must tell me what it is.
Well, we were able to use the old Elvish word for friend.
Well, I guess it helps that you have an elf companion with you.
Yeah. Seems that was worked into the design for this side of the entrance, of course.
So should we mount a larger expedition into it now that we know how to get in? What is your plan?
It's fairly not super easy to get around inside. What we're working on right now is mapping out some of the sections closest to the gate, and hopefully as we map out more and more sections, we'll be able to get deeper and deeper into Moria itself.
Myrtle wants to tell him it's very wet.
Yeah, there's a number of places where sections have collapsed, large swaths that are flooded and things like that. But our idea is that we can, gradually map out all of those hazards and be able to have a better idea about navigating our way through.
See. Well, you should take me. He says you must at first, but says, well, it'd be good. It'd be courteous of you to take me with you if you go again. Just to see. And we have collected relics, and I passed on some of these relics to Tharnau and his lads and father, and others, but things of little worth, not things that are meaningful, of course. I was like, hey, what do you mean?
We can figure that out. I think part of our concern is that if all of the dwarves here find out that the entrance is accessible and all go on expeditions in, then the base camp is in much greater danger from the orcs and goblins that we've been talking about. And that seems like it would be better for all of us if we had a secured camp here with all of the various would-be treasure hunters, making sure that the entire expedition is safe rather than the potential for dispersal and defeat in detail, as they say.
So you are proposing to go after the orcs.
We can. We talked a bit about whether we want to go deal with the orcs versus go deeper into Moria. Um, I'm not sure how much of a dent we can make on the total population of the orcs in the long term. In particular, it seems like they're divided into several factions, but that equally they're all of them pretty numerous, right? So we may be able to, you know, damage a force of them. But even then, even if we attack one faction, the other factions may just absorb the stragglers and become stronger as a result.
So a defensive posture.
That would be my suggestion. If you're willing to take up command of the defenses here, make sure that the camp stays secure. I'm sure as we map out more and more of the interior, we'll have a better idea of everything that's going on in the area.
I see. Well, I am, as you can see, like he shows you, all the bits and maps and like archaeological, like archaeological artifacts, like even like stuff that he's probably gone to the stream and collected, and done like the sifting through the sand and clearing things out. I'm trying to determine which parts of the ancient city have been destroyed beyond repair and which could be recovered. Um, as you remind me and point out this, there are factions among the orcs. One in the upper portion of the city and one in the lower and deeper. But anyway, any true treasures, of course, would go back to our people in the Blue Mountains. Yes?
Yeah, that's the idea. We'd like to, bring whatever treasures are inside and accessible back to the dwarven community as a whole.
As well. Very well. I guess let me know what I can do to help. And please tell me what you have learned. He kind of opens one of his big tomes and, awaits, your report.
Okay.
So how much do you tell him?
We'll, I'll show him. I assume we've been, like sketching out a map or something as we've been going, since that's our plan. And Bruni will sit down with him and talk through the sections that we've explored so far.
I see. And you saw nothing. It was dead. It's a platoon.
Nothing, no, orcs or goblins or even any dwarven holdouts or anything like that. Some of the sections didn't look to be in that bad of condition. The imperishable halls, for instance, had a number of sections damaged, but still not inhabited, but by no means completely ruined.
I see. So you'll return there to the halls.
Yeah, that's our plan to as since we made our first loop to try to get further in this next time.
So it's fascinating, fascinating. Well, I thank you for. I apologies for. I just saw and heard the fight, heard the fighting, and I'm very, very concerned.
Gwennon wants to pass her pipe over to him and see if he'd like to take a drag.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
It's kind of what she does. She just sits there and smokes anymore. Because why bring the pipe and the pipe weed if you're not going to use it? So. She'll offer some to Bernie and Ordrith if they want some.
Sure.
Okay.
Did Hanbury or whatever his name is, did he take any?
Yeah, they took a drag.
Okay. So I guess we're resting here and then we go back in, or...
Yeah, I guess you're gonna rest. Does anyone need to recover anything?
I don't think they're injured. I think they're down on hope. Myrtle has all of her strength. Gwen is down 3 strength.
Did she get injured?
She's wounded, but
Was she wounded or was she? I can't remember.
I put wounded for 1 day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can might as well rest for the day, right?
Yeah. So does the wound go away after that, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll go out. I guess overnight she'll recover from that.
And then her injuries. And then they're all full. Looks like everyone else is. I don't know about Tharnau. But Harabrand would be back up, I think. Okay. Because when we rest at night, Myrtle doesn't get hope back, right? That is correct?
No, you'll get hope back except during the fellowship phase, correct?
That's what I thought. Unless we pull it from the fellowship, but...
Right.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Like a good little hobbit, she will go sleep, sort of. She's almost a little too excited to sleep all the way through the night, but she's trying to.
Okay, that's cool. That's fine. All right. So we're gonna rest and then go back in.
Yeah, rest overnight, go back in the morning, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm assuming you want to leave like dusk, right? Like dawn, just barely dawn.
As early as possible.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking that we get up and leave before anyone else noticed where we were going. Because we don't really want to be followed, right?
That's true. That's true.
Well, I think they could, sure, yeah, wake up early and get out of camp.
So who's going this time? Everyone or just the principals?
I think just our same expedition crew
So
Yeah.
of our four PCs and Tharnau.
Yeah, Herabrand is going to stay with Sornin and kind of guard the area and the horses.
okay.
And are we taking Alice in with us or no?
Alice would love to come.
No, I think we should leave all of our, basically, except for Tharnau, all of our other extra buddies back in camp like we did before.
Okay.
You don't want to take Brunhill?
Brent, you want to take Brentel or no?
I think we felt like he could be useful, kind of outside, keeping watch and potentially
Watching
even,
people, yeah, like acting as a scout.
yeah, scouting around.
Oh yeah, I guess Gwyleth. Since he is asking about scouts, Gwyleth, Brentel, and Mallory could scout around. While the rest remain in camp.
Yeah, it seems
Rather than
good.
watch Alice.
Well, Herabrand is watching Alice.
Who is? Parabrand?
Herabrand. Sornin is watching the horses. I don't remember the other guy's name.
Oh, Malric?
No. The unnamed one.
Oh, Tharnow's thugs?
Yeah.
Just Thug 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I don't know. We can get their names if it becomes important.
Yeah, I think that's good. Leave most of our people outside, but Malric and Gwyleth and Brenthil can be scouting around, making sure that the orcs aren't putting together too big of a war party,
Yeah. Okay. All right, so let's roll me a d12 as if we're rolling like an event.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if is this territory like a bad territory? Is it? There's no like consequence, right? Not quite in the past yet, right? So. The Westgate is not quite perilous area.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, so this is normal. Just it's it's Darklands, but
yeah, just the 1d12
I think so.
is a 6.
Yeah, I don't think. Oh, it's ill-favored. Okay, so roll 2 dice.
Oh.
Yeah, so ill-favored.
Second one.
It's dark.
All right, 6 was the worst of the two.
D6. All right, who's your lookout?
Probably Gwennon.
The awareness? Whoever has the awareness?
I think that's Ordreth,
Or
right?
okay.
Because
Yeah, Gwyneth.
Gwennon is
Gwennon is a
hunting.
hunter. Yeah.
Yeah. And Myrtle is explorer. So yeah, Ordreth with awareness. With his bonus. Success.
Everything's fine. You set camp up well. You don't see any fresh orc smell. I don't know, spore, whatever, in the hills or anything. So everything seems good. Okay, and then you go and you get to the doors of Durin with no problem. The 4 of you or the 5 of you, and then we go inside. I guess, yeah. Same procedure.
Yeah.
I guess I have everyone here, but it just Tharnow's the only one that's with you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
We're here, obviously. All right, so where to? Back to the impassable or the. I guess we have to do the travel roll right first.
Yeah, I think the plan is to go back to the imperishable halls and then just go further in from there.
So how far?
So let's do. So from the gate.
So, yeah, 2 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one roll.
Okay. All right.
And I guess since you've been there before, I'll make it. I guess it should be a bonus dice, right? I don't think favored is. Unless you might have a travel favored anyway. But
yeah.
I'll give bonus dice would be the appropriate, I think, right?
Sounds good. Travel with 1 bonus dice. Success.
Okay, and then the event is going to be your craft, your delver. Who's your craft person?
I think that's Ordreth again.
Well, there's an explorer and awareness. I think awareness is explorer was Myrtle, right?
Myrtle's
explorer's still Myrtle.
And awareness is Gwennon.
Yeah. Ordreth's got pretty good craft, so yeah, I think it's him.
He's so underground. Gwennon is awareness, and outside she's a hunter. Okay.
Yeah.
So you need awareness from her?
No, we need a craft roll.
From who?
From Ordra.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I gotta roll the 2d12, the ill-fated. Same.
I got a great success on my craft.
A great success. Okay.
You
must be using the Ordreth cricket machine.
Yeah. So endlessly brand. I mean, it's not like the. I don't know. It would seem that you would know the way there, but it seems like there are endlessly branching stairs and passages. Maybe you decided to take a different route in the same direction, or maybe it was this way. There's just some sort of confoundedness, even for Bruni, right? But Ordreth is able to spot the correct signs. So you guys only gain you only gain 1 instead of 2 fatigue.
Nice.
And you are there in the impassable halls.
Our fatigue would have been zeroed out, right?
I think so.
No, not.
No?
We should have.
From resting overnight?
No, fatigue doesn't recover from resting overnight. It recovers from fellowship phase.
Okay. But Gwennon doesn't take fatigue, so.
But Gwennon doesn't take fatigue. So I think Myrtle should be at 3 fatigue, because that's what.
Yeah.
That's after this. At. Yeah. Because that's what Bruni and Ordreth are at also. All right, so another travel roll.
Okay. Oh wow. No. You get to the. Are you gonna do anything in the halls?
No, I think we're just gonna go further in.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna. You kind of. There's some places you didn't quite. I should probably. If you could pause it, I should probably make a little map or something.
Okay, for our viewers at home, we'll be back in a millisecond. Paused.
All right. So I guess I didn't show it last time, and I just described it this time. As you guys reach the impassable. I'm sorry, I say impassable. It's the imperishable fall. So these are the granaries, some filled with water. I guess you guys went in and viewed, and you went back here where there was like all these galleries where there's old trading and stuff. And you did not go here or here or through here.
Yeah, yeah.
You guys went just left and went this way, I think. And then back around.
So I think we
and I guess if you continue straight, it keeps going right east.
yeah, I think we were planning on just going straight through this time around rather than exploring around here to try to kind of map out more sections.
Yeah. Trying to see how far back we could go.
All right. Well, all right. So I guess Bruni. So Bruni. Let's see. So I guess Bruni can attempt a lore check, and I guess Ordrith and Myrtle, they have like craft, right? Good craft skills.
No, Myrtle only has one in craft.
Oh, what does she use for like thievery and stuff?
Not well. I mean, she'll roll craft occasionally, but I mean, she uses mostly awareness, courtesy, stealth, explore, and riddle.
Okay. I'll let her use.
She has one. She has one in craft, but it's not favored.
Let me see if it
Gwennon has none in craft.
All right. Well, lore for Bruni. We'll start with that.
Bruni lore. Let's go. Extraordinary success.
Oh wow! All right. So Bruni, you are reminded about something. You are reminded about something as you kind of move through the imperishable hall. That Narvi once had chambers here. Narvi, one of the greatest dwarven smiths that lived. Narvi provided the materials for the work of Celebrimbor and the jewelsmiths that forged the Rings of Power.
Mm-hmm.
So the Mithril and all that kind of stuff. And Narvi was exceedingly long-lived. But his chambers were near, or you recall, were supposed to be nearby or associated with the imperishable halls. So Myrtle, give me an explore, Ordrith a craft, and Gwennon an awareness.
Myrtle did not make it. Because I don't know if she's allowed to use anything else.
Your favorites, you rolled like two 11s. That's yucky.
Yeah. Well, you can use a hope on top of that to
Yeah.
succeed if you want to.
Yeah.
Uh,
But you
because
still,
she can,
the eye
but
doesn't.
she's getting pretty low on hope. So, but she'll do one.
yeah, because you'll get it for sure.
Yeah.
Why are you whining, dog?
Because she failed.
Yeah, you made it.
And what did you want from Gwennon?
Awareness.
Okay. She's got her things for awareness. I thought, no. No, only inspiration.
Gotta bring these guys back.
She also failed. But I don't know how she got a 3. She's favored, whatever. Sometimes this doesn't make sense.
3 and a 1. Wow.
How can she get a 3 and a 1 when she's...
You roll 2d12 and one's a 3, one's a 1. Why? He's whining for some reason.
I don't know what you want me to do about it.
Okay. Well.
Did you want a craft roll from Ordreth too?
Craft roll for Ordreth, yeah.
Yeah.
Does you want to go in there with you, maybe?
I'm going to pause it. Paused.
Alright, so Ordreth, as you're making your way through, over here, you discover like a hidden. Let's describe it. Much like the doors of Durin, as you pass by, the stone is black. It's not as reflective as the rest of the the ceiling and all that, the glass and all that. But it seems that there is an enchanted door there on this slab of black stone without mark or keyhole. As you pass by it, perhaps, since you've got a feat success, perhaps you rest a hand on it, just to look around and admire. Suddenly, you see the holly tree appears drawn in Ithildin. The symbol of the holly tree appears drawn in Ithildin.
Well, I'll call the party over.
And I guess Myrtle, with the success, sees like some graffiti.
Graffiti.
Yeah, but she can't quite make it out. Because it's in like some sort of flowery looking script. Maybe it makes you laugh, and your laugh sort of echoes.
I don't know that she'd laugh. She'd ask Bernie what it says.
Well, I don't know. You got the eye, so something weird has to happen. Because maybe you find it funny that elves would have graffiti or something. Because that's what
I know.
And there's like a lot of the air shafts in here are slanted less sharply than in other places. There's actually greenery that spills into the halls as you look down, which is a little strange.
Can she use her lock picking key and try and get the door open?
Yeah.
So when she's picking locks, she gets bonuses. Success.
All right. Yeah, I guess it strikes you as odd. I don't know if you can point out the graffiti, but it strikes you as odd that there's vegetation in these halls, but like light has spilled in there in a strange way, and these halls here are overgrown with weeds, which is strange. And Ordress has found a keyless door. And Bruni, you go over to the. Does Bruni speak Elven or read Ithilden?
Well, she picked the door open.
Yeah. Well, there's graffiti nearby, but she still picked the lock on the door.
I figure Bruni speaks a little Oradreth definitely better with Elven language stuff. If it's so right, Ithilden is the material, right? Not the language. Is it written in Elven or in Dwarvish or what?
It's written in Elven. I mean, you don't have to make a roll.
All right.
Ordrith does not have to make a roll. Bruni might because it's almost like slang, but you recognize interest right away. You recognize the symbol for Celebrimbor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it is actually a joke. It says Celebrimbor sat here. But you know, pain. It's like someone took the time to write to painstakingly etch this graffiti into the wall here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Wow.
interesting. So a hidden door. And Gwennon, you think even though you failed, you think you hear like a croak from somewhere, but as you turn to look, you don't see anything. But again, you have that feeling of being watched.
Mm-hmm. Once Myrtle picks the door, she's going in.
Okay. All right.
Because I envision she's trying to do that without being seen.
Yeah, these are like airy, well-lit chambers, and they're tall. They're made for the comfort of elves and men. And the shafts here are, like I said, slanted less sharply than others, and it emits the long light of the setting sun. But again, it's crazy that after all these years, you know, there's weeds and all this kind of stuff. You have to hack your way through gorse bushes and other plants, dead and alive. So I guess they get sun sometimes, and sometimes water seeps in. But
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to keep going, press your luck. You could.
Well, Myrtle wants to go in the room.
Okay. All right. So I guess you could use your explore again. It seems to be what this is used for.
And I forgot to give her +1 on the last one.
No.
Okay.
And what about what did Glennon and the others do? Well, Glennon, like I said, feel like she's being watched.
Well, I think Gwennon is probably looking around for where Myrtle is. That's probably why she was distracted.
Uh-huh.
So I think as soon as she hears like a door open or something along that line, she would be all over the place looking for where Myrtle is.
Okay. Right. And the rest of you? Or Ordreth and Bruni?
I think they're both, I mean, they were both looking at the graffiti earlier, and then I think ready to follow Myrtle into the chamber behind the secret door. Um, After she's got it open.
Okay. Well, I guess she finds, yeah.
What does she find?
Huh?
What does she find?
She does find something because you've got a successful explorer. I want to see if there's a special here, like treasure index or whatever table for here. Okay. Roll a d6.
3.
You find some notable stuff here.
Like what?
Treasure. I'm going to describe. Oh, just there.
Sort of explicit, notable stuff.
Notable stuff.
Like what? Books?
Huh? No, the books. Well, there are scrolls and tomes and books, but they're in quite sad shape, overgrown and overrun. But roll another d6.
Another 3.
Yep. So that's the treasure value per player hero. So you find like 12 treasure index in here. So I guess that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And roll the feet. Roll 2d12.
Me?
Yep. And a d6.
Boy.
I know. You find roll a. This is fun, right?
Roll what?
I guess we have to do this randomly, definitely. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really choose, but I think
Roll what?
because there are like guests here, that would make sense. You find you find some armor. Roll a d6 again.
I know. You asked me to roll something, then you stop. I'm taking notes. 2.
It is fine elven craftsmanship.
Myrtle asked Ordruff, is this mithril?
It probably is. So let me see. Roll 1, 2.
Roll what?
Another. It's gonna be another d6. Oh, okay. There you go. No, you can't. It won't. It's probably not mithril, but because that would be dwarven craftsmanship.
It's another 2.
Another 2. So you find a cunning set of elven crafted armor. I guess we got to figure out what kind it is, don't we? What kind of armors are there in this world?
Plate, mail, leather.
It's essentially two levels light armor and 2 levels mail.
All right. Okay.
Which is I don't remember the specific names. I think it's a shirt and hauberk for the 2 levels. Leather shirt, leather hauberk, mail shirt, mail hauberk.
Yeah, more or less. All right. So let's roll a d6 again.
Again?
Yeah, another d6.
So the third one?
Yep. All right. It is a coat. There's a coat of mail.
Oh boy.
No way it's fitting Myrtle, so she's gonna point it out to Ordra.
Yeah, it must have belonged to like an elven visitor, and must have taken it off and left it here. But it is ancient, close-fitting elven mail.
Close fitting or cunning make?
Oh, did I say cunning make?
That was what you said
Oh, okay. Yeah.
first, I think.
Because she rolled a. Well, she rolled a 2. Yeah, she rolled a 2. That's fine. Yep. Yeah, cunning make. Cunningly made. And it looks more like maybe a robe or something, than a suit of mail. So tightly woven and cunningly made are the links. So that's pretty impressive. And you could pour through the notes and lore and stuff, and you also find like a treasure index of 12. So there's other things here, that are very nice, probably belonging to guests who stayed there and must have left in haste or were presented to guests as they stayed here, fancy cups and utensils and, things like that. But worth a treasure index of 12 total, which is not bad. Myrtle finds a good find.
She tries. Meanwhile, Gwen is salivating over frog toes. Frog legs for dinner.
Is it frog legs?
Well, if you said she heard some ribbiting, then frog legs.
Bit of croak.
Frog legs. Or toad legs, whichever your fancy might be. Alrighty.
Okay.
Myrtle will, every once in a while, take her blade out and make sure it's not, like, glowing.
All right. So Gwen is still looking around, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, she knows where Myrtle is, because she saw Ordreth and Bruni go. Anyone that's going to open a door, that's most likely where Myrtle is, but she's just kind of looking a little bit here and there.
All right. And what are Ordreth and Bruni doing?
Uh, I don't know. I guess probably looking through, some of the documents in this room, seeing if there's anything that we might want to bring back for Hornbury would
What
be
do we use for like? Because they're so brittle, and what do we use for like feats of dexterity, or to make sure you don't mess them up? I guess it could also be craft, right? Or
yeah, or I was looking through craft is probably good, or um I don't know, scan is for like actually finding things.
a scan is good. We'll use
But
scan to
that's
find
probably,
things.
yeah.
That's probably what I should have had for Myrtle, but that's okay. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right, let me
She
have
explored and she found some treasure because that's what treasure hunters do, right?
yeah. All right. Let me have Bruni roll scan.
Oh,
I
by
guess he will
one.
use a hope and succeed with a great success because he got a 6 on one of his 3 earlier. So
Very
great
nice.
success after hope.
He kind of I guess he finds like a journal,
Nice.
and it seems to be a journal of. You wish it was from Celebrimbor, but maybe it was someone who traveled with Celebrimbor, because he talks about how he kind of describes the relationship between Celebrimbor and Narvi, and how they discussed uh, forgecraft and jewel craft, and corresponded in this. I have not been able to even enter the forge of Narvi. I do not know what, tries I might. I cannot think of what the password might be. Though he's very fond of uh, my master. Like, this might be an apprentice smith or something like that, who has a journal. He might be fond of my master, and he writes his name everywhere, in both dwarven script, magic script, Ithildin. I do not know, but if I could get into the forge, I'm sure my own craft would be a blessed, um, maybe as much as Celebrimbor. From the journal of.
Seems like that's also a useful thing. Bring that back for Hornbury, like we said. He'll probably be excited.
Well, doesn't Ordreth or Bruni have the ability to transcribe stuff?
It is from the journal of Nindorn, the smith.
How do you spell the name?
Nindorn.
Nindorn.
So you're able to scan it without destroying any pages.
Excellent. Well, we'll wrap that up safely and put it in one of the packs so that we can bring it back. And I'm sure once we've got it back in camp, we can do some more reading and analyzing also.
Yeah. And suddenly,
Suddenly what?
Suddenly, Darnell screams, maybe, or cries out in
Did he get bitten?
surprise.
By what?
I'm getting. Almost there. Do I have this guy? Darnell, son of Gurnell. Do I have him?
He's right there. You mean his character sheet?
Yeah. I got it. I figured out what I needed. What did I get?
Success.
All right. Darnell cries out in pain, and you guys stick your heads out of the halls because he's kind of lingering. He's kind of lingering here in the imperishable hall.
I would assume that Gwen was not in the room, so she would probably run to where he was.
Yeah. And
drawing her sword, obviously.
Yeah, and you see that thing. I have a better picture.
Can Gwen just charge it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know there's no real charge, but you know what I mean.
This creature.
Yeah, she wants to attack the thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, it is a.
And it's evil, right?
Yes. It kind of attacked from the shadows, and you can see it's trying to stay in the, not in the light, the sunlight that's pouring through, it's staying into the shadows.
So we don't get to use distinctive features when we're attacking, right?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
Oh, I gotta see. It did do damage. It was just a normal success, right?
I haven't rolled yet.
No, mine.
For him, yeah, just a normal success.
All right, so no wound.
Yeah, just the base damage to endurance.
Okay. So he took. That's not bad.
Well, it was pretty close with the 9 on the feet die. One more, and it would have been. Yes.
So are you saying Tharnell? Are you saying Tharnell, son of Gurnell, is lucky?
Probably.
Maybe.
What's the parry of the Marrow Eater?
It is a 1.
And she has an extraordinary 2 success with an eye.
Oh, that's crazy.
But keep in mind she's using the 2-handed sword with the +2 grievous to evil.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means by damage, but there it is.
He's injured.
Well, I think it says 2-handed is 18 plus 2 grievous to evil, so would that be a total of 20 plus any extras for my extraordinary success?
No, it's a couple of different elements going on.
It's been a while.
We do this every time. It's the +2 grievous to evil is for the Bane, which applies to evil men.
Yeah. So
But it's so the keen and grievous. Keen doesn't apply because you got an eye. Grievous does, which raises the base damage on a hit. And the two-handed 18 means that the injury rating when you're two-handed is higher than your normal injury rating, so it's harder to survive
Okay.
a hit. But because you got an extraordinary success, you can do
a ton of damage.
an extra twice your strength in damage on top of your 7 points of damage from the sword
Okay.
on the basic hit.
And my strength rating is 7. That's the one, right? Or is it the TN, the 13?
It's in this case, it's using your strength rating,
Which is the 7?
which is 7. So you're
Is it
doing
14?
21 points of damage.
Wow.
I guess 23 because you get an extra 2 because you get +1 for two-handing on each of those heavy blows.
Jesus.
So yeah.
Wow. He crushed. So Grennan rushes over there. Anyone else gonna forward stance?
I mean, Myrtle would, but I don't think she can get there in time.
Probably not. Yeah.
She was in the other room. So.
Right. I mean, Bruni was probably looking at the stuff, so he's probably close to Myrtle. Or Dreth would be nearby. If he wants to.
Yeah, Ordreth, I'll just be an open, and Ordreth is rushing forward, but also he's in open because he's kind of looking around, making sure there aren't more enemies coming out, and that what doesn't want to get ambushed on his way charging in with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
But all right.
What can I use hate for?
For a bunch of the same stuff as we use hope for,
Right.
and also for any creature special abilities get powered by hate.
Right. So it's a thin-limbed creature, human in size and shape. Maybe it was once human. With skin like a fish that glimmers in the pale luminescence. It has great bulging eyes without iris or pupil, and long sticky fingers, and it wields an obsidian knife. It does not make the slightest sound, even though you'd think it would make a squelching sound. And maybe it croaks as Gwennon smashes the shit out of it, or slices the shit out of it. Or the evil out of it, as it were. All right, Ordreth, your turn.
All right, I will stride in.
That was a massive hit.
Strike.
Oh, but thank you for the eye.
Is parry 1, you said? Yes. All right, no bonus die. 1 parry. Oh no, terrible.
You're 3 off.
Yeah, let me check. How much? Yeah, I'll go for it. I'll use a hope. And hopefully I don't roll a 1 or a 2.
4.
Hey.
Yeah.
Rolled a 4. So I do 5 points of damage. With no extra effects. Oh, but it also takes 1 point of hate damage or resolve if he has resolve. But I think this thing is hate because of my gleam of wrath as an elf virtue.
Gleam of wrath. So it takes 1 hate.
Yeah.
Man, it is messed up. I guess Tharnow is going to go. Use someone like him to attack with. Let's see. I know it's going to say Haldane, Knight of whatever, but I didn't know. But he's got a sword. He's fighting defensive. He's got a 2 on the sword. It's not filled out, but it's okay. What's the damage of a sword?
It's 5 points of damage.
5. Okay. He swings, and he misses too. What happens in the? All right, so he swings and he misses. The creature.
How did you get a 0 on a D6?
I
Is that so? I mean, I don't understand.
It didn't roll any D6s. It had a penalty die. So.
I guess I messed up on setting up that.
Oh, well.
Well, no, I rolled an 11, but I gave him 2 dice. He should have had 1.
Well, it wouldn't have made it with a target 15 with 2 dice anyway.
Okay.
Since he rolled an I, he wasn't gonna make it.
Okay.
So it'd definitely still be a miss.
All right, this thing is going to try to slink off.
Can Myrtle shoot one of her bows at or arrows at it?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna use one of its hate to like hide in the dark or slink into the shadows.
She has a success.
Oh yeah.
Damage is only 3 though.
That's enough.
Nice.
It only had 2 points left between Ordreth and Gwennon's massive smash.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you see the footprints and you go, oh, maybe that was a creature that's been following us here since we passed by that water feature way back. Man, that thing, you guys are great. That thing had a lot of endurance, and you just like took it out very quickly.
It's the goal.
That is the goal. All right. Well, Darnell's like, I hope that blade wasn't poisoned or anything. Doesn't seem like it. Just a scratch on him. Really?
Is he injured?
Yeah, he took 3 in is it 3 endurance? Is that correct? Yeah, 3 endurance.
Yeah.
Can Gwennon try rolling her healing?
He doesn't need healing. It's just
it'll just
wounded is you need healing. Okay. Endurance loss is just it's kind of it's like bumps and bruises. Yeah.
Okay. Bumps and bruises. Just a flesh wound. So I guess Brittany can make a lore check to recognize what one of these is. I guess he's surprised to see one.
All right, rolling lore.
Just killed Gollum. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Hopefully not.
Oh, goodness.
Well, look at that.
Rudy might even be able to tell us his name.
The dwarves spoke of thin-limbed creatures, human size and in shape. They're called marrow eaters. The dwarves encountered them in the deepest portions of the mines of Moria, far beneath Karadhras.
Well, Myrtle would definitely go through and see if.
But only in the last years before the catastrophic advent of Durnsbane. Right? Mm-hmm. All the dwarves have heard of Durnsbanes, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't think they know what it is, but they know about
something happened.
Yeah. Have some sense that there's an entity that caused the fall of Moria.
Yeah.
Oh. Myrtle's going to go through anything that might be left on the marrow eater and see if there's anything interesting to look at.
An obsidian knife?
Obsidian knife?
Damage 3, 14, pierce.
Obsidian knife, damage 3. And you said what?
14 damage 3. You have to mitigate a wound on a 14, but it has pierce. So, but I think all our weapons we let it do that. But
Yeah, it's just I think that's just the base stats for short sword, maybe.
I don't think that's
Double
better
check.
than what she has.
no,
Yeah, that's what.
I mean, Myrtle just likes shiny things. I mean, she has a knife that does damage 2. So maybe she'll keep it if it does damage 3.
Well, she has a number of other weapons, right? Also, right? Doesn't she have a spear?
The spear and a what she's calling a sword.
Yeah, I think. I think that so part of it is that if you add extra gear, that adds to your character's load, which makes you closer to uh, exhausted,
Oh no,
right?
she would get rid of the normal knife she's carrying
keep the obsidian one.
and keep the obsidian.
Well, not the magical elven one, right?
No, she has a bow, a goblin short spear, a regular knife, and then her keen orc thing.
Okay. So, do you want to continue on or fall back, or can you figure out the door address?
Yeah, let's take another look at the door. I don't think we got any of uh, I think we just had found that the door existed. We didn't hear anything really about it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, it's a slab of black stone without mark or keyhole, and you accidentally touched it, and the symbol of a holly tree. A holly tree appeared, drawn in the filled in.
same sort of thing as the doors out front. I guess Ordredreth will try the same password to see if it opens up for that.
It doesn't open up for friend, no.
Nope. All right. Is there any so Ordredreth, I guess he'll call over the party and maybe we can work on seeing is there any like other writing or any material like that.
Can Myrtle try picking it? Like trying to find a way in type idea, or?
There's no keyhole.
But that doesn't mean that she couldn't try like jamming it or.
I will let Myrtle roll riddle, and
Riddle?
Bruni and Myrtle can both attempt a riddle. I'll give you a hint.
Okay. She failed, of course.
Sure.
Well, 20 is not liking Myrtle or Gwennon. Well, they're kind of liking Gwennon, but Bruni made it.
All right. There's a name you keep seeing like everywhere around here. It seems very obvious, but could it be that simple?
Is it just Narvi, the dwarf smith?
When you say that, nothing happens.
Nothing happens. What about Celebrimbor?
Is that what you say?
Yeah.
It opens.
How about that?
And behind the enchanted door, you see a forge.
Wow. How about that?
What else is in there?
As you look around, I mean, many tools here. This is actually kind of big, which is kind of cool. Although you did get a feat success on your craft, if I recall correctly, right? Like Gandalf wanted you to find this.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, So there's contains many tools and devices of great use. I guess you guys can, Bruni or Ordrith could roll a craft roll. And then as you look around, and I guess the treasure hunter is treasuring, right?
Myrtle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Myrtle, you find you definitely find a ring.
Ooh, she likes rings.
I've got an extraordinary success on craft.
You look around. I mean, you probably spend some time in here, and actually, you could probably close. You could close the door, and no one would ever know. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you could close the door and even stay in here if you wanted to.
Nice.
Might freak people out because they didn't come back, but you know, it's pretty safe, and you guys can rest or whatever in here. And it feels. This whole complex feels very. I mean, it's Narvi's chambers and the forge.
Myrtle wants to ask Bruni if he can turn the forge on.
Well, whoever rolled that craft, yes. You know how. So, the forge grants blessings to craft rolls made here. Contains many tools and devices of great use, including all the equipment needed to refine and process all varieties of mithril. Of course, not the ore, but. And you find like instruction manuals. It's like you found Da Vinci's workshop, basically.
Yeah.
And Myrtle found a ring. Definitely, it looks like it was made here.
It's not a ring of power. Or one would hope Myrtle doesn't end up with a ring of power.
It looks like it's a ring made of glass. That's what's, but it's not. It's not glass. It's like gems, so well cut on a band of like white gold or something, or platinum, or maybe even mithril. Who knows? But it just looks like glass that is very light on the finger.
She'll put it on.
Yeah.
She'll put it on, then she'll ask Bruni about it. Because she doesn't know how else to ask. He's the only dwarf she knows.
Yes, it is a sense of everyone's like, no, wait! No.
It's a ring of what?
You feel, when you put it on, you feel like a queen. And the name Nai comes to mind. N-Y-I.
Myrtle asked Bruni, who's Nai? Somebody keeps saying Nai to me.
Yes, you knew this. I think you got this lore last time.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Daughter of Nithi, was a dwarven queen and ruled in the west of Moria after the fall of J.R.R. She was famed for her pride, and is whispered she even defied the commands of King Thrain. The ring gives you blessings to insight and riddle.
Blessings to insight and riddle?
Yeah. You do gain one shadow, however.
At this moment in time, I think she thinks everything gives her +1 to the eye.
Oh, yeah.
One and will tell her to take it off.
Actually, it doesn't automatically give you shadow. You get to roll your wisdom. Is it wisdom?
Don't know.
Yeah, wisdom for shadow test normal.
And if you want to use, I think you can use.
Wits or wisdom? Wisdom?
Wisdom. And you can use a fellowship point to get favored because of Gandalf, I believe. Is that right?
Let me double check that one because it's
She's already favored by the Grey Wizard. So she has to roll her wisdom?
Yes.
She has to roll wisdom. She can spend point to make the shadow test favored. That's what Gandalf's patronage allows for. Yeah.
I don't think I should.
Okay.
Because then if I spend a hope, that puts me to 50%, and then don't I have problems since I have shadow?
Well, what's your shadow at?
9 out of 16.
Ooh.
Well, it's not. No, okay, I'm looking at your sheet. Your hope is 9. Your shadow is only 2.
Yeah.
So that's you shouldn't be worried. But specifically you can spend from the fellowship points to make the wisdom test favored.
Okay. So just click favored and use a fellowship point?
Yeah.
And it's asking about bonus dice, that's 0? Even though she's favored by the Grey Wizard?
Well, it should give you a bonus dice if you click favored on there.
No, favored isn't bonus dice. Favored is roll your d12 twice and roll with advantage.
Yeah.
No, I'm asking because sometimes we get things for our distinctive features and stuff. So.
Oh, what are your distinctive features?
Well, she's fair-spoken, merry, burglary, but she is favored by the Grey Wizard.
Oh, well, no, I don't think you get a bonus dice. I think Gwennon would because she has something that's.
She has shadow lore.
Or something, yeah. Anyway.
Success.
Well, there you are. You are favored by the Grey Wizard.
I'm unchecking the wisdom.
Yeah, so you don't get any shadow, but there's definitely something about this room of gems and it looks like if you can imagine just different colored gems like stained glass in the band around. That's how I imagine.
Yeah.
They're gems,
So I guess you said we're gonna hide out in this room overnight and rest?
Yeah. I guess that's probably a good place to stop, you think?
Yeah, let's stop here. I guess it depends on how late for our adventures in the day it is, whether we want to hide out here or head back.
You spent the 2 hours getting up here.
Yeah.
Or not 2 hours. I don't know. It's like a travel pass. I don't know how long that's supposed to take.
Yeah, that's what we could also since it's probably not. I'm assuming it's not too late in the day. That we could also look around more around here, and if we feel like it's getting late and we need to come back to a safe space, we don't necessarily have to go all the way out once we have this safe zone to retreat.
We'll pause the session here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And decide next time if we're going to continue our journeys on after finding this amazing space.
Yep.
There's also more notes and stuff like that, and it talks about the that definitely Bruni will have to peruse. It talks about someplace you had not heard of before. Bruni, the lost citadel of the Ringsmiths.
Huh.
Mm.
Well, thank you for running for us. Thank you for playing, Arlen.
Yeah. Thanks for running and playing.
We're going to ask our listeners to make sure they hit that thumbs up button and subscribe and turn your notifications on. And
so as you read one of the books in the Forge, I'll end with this. that you guys like and subscribe. There was great friendship between the elves of Eregion and the dwarves of Moria, and many rings were given in token of friendship. Some the elves made, but others were of dwarfwood. These were made in the hall of the ringsmiths. So there's a hall somewhere in here that is more more stuff about rings.
That's always exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good night.
And good rolling.